Welcome everybody to this evening or morning or afternoon session of Virtual Coaches Clinic, depending on where you are in the world. And joining us today from Spain is Coach David Allende. Coach Allende has worked at various levels in Spain as a coach and currently runs the website Basketball Observation Zone. Had to kind of go slow on that one, but I really have enjoyed David's work on Twitter, the breakdowns that he's put together for coaches, and reached out to him and asked him if he would come on. And tonight we're going to be talking about spacing in the pick and roll, and Coach Allende is going to has analyzed several European teams and going to give us a breakdown of how they run pick and roll. So, Coach, I'm just going to go ahead and turn it on over to you and let you begin.
Thank you, Jason. Thanks for the opportunity to join you today. It's a pleasure for me being live during your program. And well, let's start on the presentation. Let me share what we are going to see. And let's start. Well, so as Jason said, I'm based in Spain, north part of the country, in Gijón, very close to French border. Unfortunately, we are now under lockdown situation because of coronavirus, as you can imagine, and we have plenty of time at home to deliver messages and to work in this sport that we like a lot. So when Jason asked me and suggested me to participate in this program, I was really happy to do it, and I hope you do it in the same line that I have done during the preparation of this clinic. I will speak about offensive ball screen structures and spacing in some Euroleague teams. I will take also some additional clips and additional resources from Eurocup and also other national teams, but mainly I will be focused on Euroleague. The objectives that I have for the presentation, that I would like to be around 40-45 minutes, something like that. I would like to review most of common spacing situations using ball screen, analyzing what could be the pros and cons that these different structures can have, compare different ones, relocating and conversion concepts. I think it's a trend situation nowadays in the European basketball, and focus on specific individual details and skills. Obviously, this presentation will focus in offense, although probably I will refer some details also from defensive situations, or even talking about tactics, but also individual skills of the participants that appears in the different clips. So what is going to be the summary, or how am I structure the presentation? I would like to start with some details about empty corner ball screen, like we see now. 3 spread baseline situations, a spread single side and also spread double side, depending if the screen is going to one side or double side. And also, obviously, I would like to make a final review of the Spain pick and roll situation after Sergio Scariolo introduction and great speech that made a couple of weeks ago. I would like just to refer some extra situation that he discussed, but I think that we can go more in detail about this. So for starting, I would like to start with empty corner ball screen situations. We will see here early ball screen structures in early pick and rolls, side ball step up screens, dynamic ball screen, and also some special situations. So we can move forward with the video. I hope that everything runs properly, and I hope that all the videos is streaming properly because of the connection. So we will start with this early pick and roll situation from Tau Baskonia, where there is a step-up situation here, and three guys open, like we see running open, like we see in the weak side. So, and we will compare this structure with something different that we can later on. So in this case, the step-up and roll for players and follow the ball situation for open players to look for a 3, open shooter, open jump, in this case of Marino. And I would like to compare this structure with this other one from Efes, which play same situation here, pick or twist ball screen, but the other three players are playing in a triangle for continuity and for continue with the situation in case that the ball do not obtain any early advantage as we saw previously. So similar situation like previously, but in this case, back pass, follow the ball and attack. In this case, the rotation to obtain a different jumper, like we can see here with Dubois. So I would like to refocus on this structure, just in case that they do not obtain any advantage at the very beginning of the situation. They play continuity with in this case with Dunston in the elbow, playing like this. So taking advantage of 3 in the weak side situation and playing continuity and taking advantage of the ball screen. In this case, Micic. Next situation is not defending properly and scoring in layup. Other teams that use this kind of a structure of 3 guys in the weak side are, in this case, Panathinaikos, like starting with a pick and roll, and then another one, in this case, for pick and pop situation, like we see here with Son Thomas, and similar one we are going to see now, a similar entry from Real Madrid. First pick, and then 3 players at the opposite side taking advantage. In this case, good hip situation from Tavares, and then Campazzo attacking the 5 on G, playing a snake. And it's very important to identify what's the role situation from Tavares in this case, going directly, anticipating Tyrese Rice in the recovery, like we see here. Good pass, connections, a couple of fakes, and finishing properly. And continue with this situation, with this free corner situation. We can see now this additional one, that where the pick and roll is going to take some advantage because of the dynamic situation that Mendoza took from Sergio Rodriguez in this case. As we can see here, very important the angle of the screen, as we can see here, and then 3 players completely open in the opposite side, playing, looking for the advantage, and playing, in this case, 2 against 1. So they will respond depending on the decision of Clyburn in this case. So extra pass, and Johannes Boyman scoring a 3. This record is from the last season. It's not from the current one, but the concepts are similar. Let's move ahead with some other empty corner situation. In this case, in continuity, and we play here again with the same concept, playing very open. In this case, hand off plus pick and roll, attacking the side and looking for an extra pass, quite open, like Vesely in this case. Clip for Fenerbahce, one additional one. Again, in this case, a conversion. We can see here, and the change in the last from Mirotic to Claver, like we can see here. So good screen, attracting the double, like we see here, and very important, the movement that Kalinic makes from the low post to the top of the area, liberating the free corner from the shooter and changing the responsibility in the role from Mirotic to Claver, like we can see here. And perfect recover and perfect closeout from Claver in this situation, but even on that, taking advantage of this, drive and kick, an extra pass, playing very open. We could go more in detail about the angles and so on, but in the ball screen. But the main objective of this is review some situations from different teams and go into offensive details. So again, playing like this, and same concept in the weak side. In this case, Sigma playing from a low post. The guy from Sigma has to take responsibility on the role, and now we are playing 2 against 1 on weak side. So the practice of that close out, and then drive and kick, respond from the help, and obtaining a 3. So we're reviewing different situations where you can take advantage of this kind of screen. In this case, we're going to see a step-up situation, playing switch, like we can see here, and rules of mismatch situation going quickly on the low post, but in the strong side to avoid changes or switching from weak side. In this case, specific spacing situation at the top of the paint, and then playing one-on-one Luke Sigma against Saint Larkin. In this case, we are reviewing another special situations where Fenerbahce is playing free corner ball screen, but one is screen 4, like we see. So it's this last part of the clip we are reviewing a special situation like this one, or hammer situation like we see here. In this clip from Armani, when they play rejecting the screen, go for the basket, and then important, this guy screening the helper, second helper, and taking the corner for a good shot for a jumper in the last seconds. And the last situation that we would like to review in this empty side ball screen is the one that we see here from Partizan, where we probably, because of 9 seconds, anticipate switch in all the screens that are doing, like we see here, all the ball screen, and then taking advantage of the switch situation that we can see here in the hammer at the weak side. In this case, looking for an inside ball and taking advantage of here. So next one, once we have seen the empty corner, we will continue with a spread single side. And here we will identify some structures of a stay where people will read and react. I mean, ball will go for to the single side, and then we will review a structure from Fenerbahce and Efes mainly, and then we'll review some additional clips. We will review the dive situations where the fourth clean pick and roll without dribbling. This one is without putting the ball in the floor. This is a really really nice situations, and then reattack with side versus hedge and under situation. We will understand this later on with the following clips. So let's move ahead. So now we will start from some clips from Efes playing against one, like playing against a single side, like we see here. First option, reject the screen and create an advantage here, as we see from Larkin. We'll see more of the like from now on. It's important to see what are the skills and the details that Dunston can provide us in each and every ball screen that he made, in the rolls or rolls, deep rolls, or rolling, moving far away from the last and connected with the other teammates, like we can see here. Taking advantage, short roll, and in this case, this guy has to take responsibility of the role, and he's not doing properly. So take advantage of this, and we will see from now on how did they respond to this situation after the short roll. Like here, again, good spacing and back situation, and then deep roll working like this. Once again, ball screener, short roll in this case, and it's very important to see the stay options that the people from Efes react in this clip and in all the situations, because they follow the same philosophy. And then the good volley pass situation that Dunstons provide a nice 3 to Peters. So once the ball is in the short roll, they identify like this which one is helping. In this case, this one is the last, and then depending on this reaction, in this case, Place will identify some options with Singleton or with Mitic in the corner, like this. So Sigma denied ball in the corner, but can do it into 2 passes. Another options that can be do or that Efes performs sometimes is this situation where the 2-side people switch their position for obtaining another advantage when the early first one is created in the short roll situation like this one in Daston. So now, again, 2 options in this side, Balbai and Peters, or no, this guy in this case is Moerman. And well, unfortunately, the pass didn't go properly, but that was the situation. Like previously, we identify now a special situation playing from one side, like it's the hammer, like we can see here, simultaneous situation, pick and roll at the top, and then back screen hammer at the opposite side, playing a good bump situation here, but obtaining 3 options for passing, in this case, corner, wing, and then the roll. So Beaubois is taking finally this situation. Complementary situation from this, from single side, it's very important now. Another tip from CSKA Moscow playing in the last final of Euroleague, high pick and roll situation against flat. And then we will see how react this guy, which is Nando De Colo, and then stay in the corner and stay in the corner open, ready to shoot. Important to identify how once Sergio Rodriguez is attacking the big guy, how Hines create the pass between both defenders, and then the movement follow the ball, De Colo in this side, and ready to punish from the 3-point line at the opposite side, the helper. Excellent skills from Hines, receiving and moving the ball without making any kind of troubling situation. Another concept that I would like to review here is the concept of under plus edge situation, like that Rick Pitino played against Real Madrid this year, and then how in this case Campazzo is looking for or have the opportunity to find the correct pass in the previous line that he attacked, like we see here. So here, the last responsibility is from here, in this case, but find the pass here from and the connection from these guys. One option, like we announced previously, was the play pick and roll without dribble, like we can see here in Corey Higgins playing perfectly in a smooth position, and then Davis is playing slip the screen, but we are going to see that Lovern do not follow the slip. So we could discuss a lot about how's the timing or responsibility in the defense of the ball screener after this situation, or what does he has to do in case that there is not even a screen. He has to stay, to come back, to return. But in this case, what we want to analyze is that Joffrey is still in place making the difference, as we can see here. Davis is already rolling. Higgins is not even playing the ball in the floor, and then obtaining an extra pass in the corner, like we can see here. And even is not being a good pass, Claver can obtain a good 3. Now we're going to see some clips from Fenerbahce playing with a similar but similar structure, playing against single side, but also we're going to see how fourth, in this case, Kalinic is moving without the ball and playing spacing. Again, playing high pick and roll against Real Madrid, they flat, and then obtaining the roll, again, the roller between both players where the window for the ball is, and finishing Vesely this time. Again, playing against single side, flat, and then the reallocation of Kalinic and Muhammad Ali in this case. this kind of situation against flat, against those defensive actions that are not so aggressive, like we see here. Again, playing without a dribble, analyzing what is happening, and without dribble, slip again the screen, and then obtaining, in this case, an extra pass with this good spacing that Lucas is doing, and it's nice to see how a new pass line is created. Slip again without dribble, and then last, in this case, Pere Oriola has to take responsibility on the role, and as Lucas anticipating this because of the slip, play in the corner. In this case, there is not such a good close out like in the previous one, and they obtain an easy three that finally doesn't score. Another special situation in this case when that is playing pick and roll and then hammer, like we see here. Attacking, hammer in this case, fill in the corner, and fantastic skill from Lucas. We could debate if people must or mustn't pass during the jump, but we can see that this fantastic situation, they took correct advantage of this. Extra pass again, and having another one. And to finish in this situation, I would like to review a couple of simultaneous situations where there is a pick and roll situation, and then there is another simultaneous action in the weak side, taking some time to be involved the last, probably delaying the response that they have. As we can see here, connections in the short roll, and then cut for easy basket. In this case, from Coach Jaskevicius. Now we are talking about dive situation. In this case, from Coach Jakalakovic. They play pick and pop here, play into single side, and what I think that in US you call dive situation, when this cut in the floor to clean the area, and to play here. Good recover and good fake, stay in the corner for three. It's not the case, but finally dunk. We can see here, and I would like to review one similar play from Darusafaka, similar concept, playing pick and pop versus single side, and in this case, playing dive to the corner, playing 2-on-2 on this side. In this case, they play backdoor, automatic backdoor, to obtain an easy basket in this side. Well, once we have seen the spread in single side, we will see now some concepts in the spread double side, and we will compare two structures, again, Fenerbahce and Efes. And we will see how Efes is still playing continuity, read and react, while Fenerbahce will play cuts that convert a double side situation into single side situation at one time. We will take some details about walk away from last, especially for the rollers, and then we will see some clips from the attack weak side from the ball handler. So starting again from Efes, I have put a couple of different situations in Efes against, in this case, Alba, who will take responsibility on the role from this side, from the two side players, and then we will see another team playing defense on different situations. Both of them jump to the ball, as we can see here. First of all, good roll from Daston. No bump in the weak side. Playing again. Now they are late. No press the ball. So no bump in weak side. So there can be a connection, and then it's important to have an extra pass when this one is happening, like we can see here. Correct timing, and even not obtaining an easy layup at the beginning, they fulfill the final basket. Once again, playing in this time back situation. Now this guy make a bump or make a still some stance in the recover, so they obtain some back actions, like we say. Once again, playing, it's important to see Dunston playing in the middle of two. In this case, obtaining again an advantage situation in the back action, in the bumper. We can see here how Alba is now playing bump over there against Dunston, and kind of next where Sigma is between these two players. So look at this cut after the first pass and how they obtain an advantage on this cut. One more important, how they attack the last defender when they play nest. So they have two players in the double side, so they screen the helper to obtain an easy three. And now we will see how Efes is responding, or how the advantages are creating if the defense is built from the two sides. It doesn't matter here. So role responsibility has to be taken from the color. So this one is taking responsibility with here, and this guy is the one that has to take responsibility on the roll. His late roll, and very important, see how Dunston is rolling, walking away from the last. Again, in this case, we will see much more efficient situation from Hackett and how Efes respond to this. So stay here, knowing that the responsibility is from Hackett, so it's too far from him to have some time to respond to rotation of them. And then to easy pass, driver again has to take decision, go to Larkin or go to Morva. In this case, prefer to respond Larkin spot. Again, look at this, playing against one side or single side at the beginning, short roll from Dunston. Now playing against double side in this case, and he will roll, walking away from the last defender, who is again the color. But it's important to see how what's the rolling line from the screener, walking away from Nando de Colo, and then continue the advantage. Once again, reject situation from Larkin. Once they take a couple of advantages in the short roll, they respond with a reject. Well, some complementary clips associated to these situations. We see now some details about Otello Hunter screening, has to go above him, and once as they play flat, they obtain an easy three. From Corey Higgins last year. And similar situation, playing high pick and roll, spreading to double and single side against flat. In this case, against Fredetti, from Bringanjao and Think, scoring a three. This one, similar situation, taking the roll, very open, role responsibility from the weak side in this case. It's important to see that the role responsibility takes from weak and not from the strong side. Coach Kurtinaitis from Hinkie. Similar situation that the one that we saw before from Darusafaka. In this case, they play against double side. And they respond like we see. So this guy is the key guy, moving the helper away, like we can see here, and having the opportunity for the dunker. Once again, looking for, we have to be focused on how Hunter is making the screen, starting on a very oblique situation and finishing almost parallel to the baseline to be able to win this race that he has. And now, once this happens, if Moerman is not bumping properly, it's a 2-against-1 situation. Nice clip from Kyle Hines, skills, and taking advantage of the back of screening with his back, like we can see here. Probably the first of the guys that the screen using the back was Sabonis back in the 80s, and we can see here in the twitch situation playing with the back and then responding in this specific good pass from Mike James. It's a detail from the screener. Barcelona playing against two side. In this case, responsibility of the role here, this guy, and then once again, when the ball is over there, 2-against-1 here, probably extra pass, extra pass, extra pass, and then 3-point by Corey Higgins. Another example of how Fenerbahce covers with this guy and with this guy in the strong side and take advantage on the corner, directly in the corner. In this case, Aruba. Some ideas about walking away from last, in this case from Coach Trincheri, where the last from Lietuvos Rytas in this case is taken from the strong side, from the two side guys, like we can see here, and how the roller is going in this direction, walking away from this, escaping, and obtaining a pass, creating a pass coming from what the initial pass. And some details about walking away from last. You can see here, Balvin playing in the middle, and then how is going further to this situation to obtain an easy layup. Again, Campazzo playing against double and looking for a pass or creating the pass in the same way that he created previously, coming back as a reverse pass. Offensive rebound and 3-point by Randolph in this case. And once again, playing, as you can see, they play under and edge with the 5. It's typical having this kind of situation when they make this, but in the times that the screener doesn't roll, especially most of the teams do it with the 4 when they pop. But in this case, look at how create the pass in the line when he was driving initially. In this case, to Tavares, obviously. And then we start now with another concept that is creating from a double side here, as we saw previously, and converting in simultaneously 2 single sides. So we convert an initial 2 side to 2 single side. Some of the times, Zalgiris helps with 4, like this is the case. And obtaining an easy 3 from Lavery from Valencia and Coach Ponsar now. And similar situation from Navarro from Andorra, when they say this guy is already moving and converting a 2-side situation into temporarily 2-1 single situation. Like we see here, we have 2 single side situation. Spacing to the corner, not very good spacing in defense in this case, 3 players on the ball, then obtaining a three from the corner, celebrating from Navarro in this case. And continuing with this idea of cleaning, of conversions, we can see here Fenerbahce, and it's important to see how this guy is moving from a double side to single side. In this case, playing against flat and obtaining an easy jumper from Nando De Colo. Again, high pick and roll, and important to read the situation from Datome, cutting or not, depending on if the ball is coming to him or is leaving his area. And again, another cut. Good roll from Vesely. Playing against two. Like we see here, and important to see how this one is cutting again. Providing space in the corner from Slukas and also in the back situation from Vesely. Once again, high pick and roll, Datome and Geoffrey Lauvergne in the double side, cleaning, very specific detail from Rudy, leaving his hand in the back and trying to make a steal, extremely good detail, bad interpretation from his colleague Garuba this time. And nice spacing playing from Datome. Again, we can see Kalinic cutting from the side and then obtaining isolation post-up against La Provitola. Transition when they play against two, and we will see how they run again. They leave the area. Once again, they are late, but we see that they even being late, they cut. So we are comparing two different structures, Efes and the previous one, versus Fenerbahce, Valencia, Andorra, when they cut, converting from double side to two single side at the same time. And some special situations for ending, like we see here, back screen for Slukas from double side. Another one, conversions. I'm playing against the mismatch in the switch situation at the end. Well, moving forward to three spread baseline, we will analyze here some situations where the three players involved in the actions are in the baseline. So we will see how bigs are moving now, some popping actions relocating from these three spread side to double side, and especially Real Madrid entry at the end of the presentation. So first of all, it's important to keep high pick and roll from this, like we see here with Sergio Rodriguez, and even the situation from this guy out of the floor and correct the space, open space in the corner, filling the corners properly to have an isolations pick and pop situation here that we see here at the early beginning, then taking a 3-point in the corner from Roller, Michael Roller, Coach Messina, assistant coach many years in San Antonio. Another situation, 3-ball spread in baseline that we see here. Again, good screen, recover, and then seal or protecting for 400. And following one, pretty similar one, but they ducking in transition. In this case, Milutinovic playing in Olympiacos against Maccabi. They play ducking to win, and the other guys in the corner, like we can see here. Continuing in this, opposites to have sealing. Seal here and deep roll with the 4. So 3 deep roll, again, who is taking responsibility on this roll? 5, 4, and having a alley-oop. Similar situation with reallocating in this case, Spanish national team playing same situation. We are seeing now movement with fives. Again, look at Randolph moving, reallocating to leave that space for Tavares. In this case, they take responsibility on the role from the weak side. So nice follow the ball skill from Gavidek, obtaining an easy three from him. Reallocating plus pick and pop situation. This case, Bamber, ISO against Alba Berlin. So I want to take some additional resources to show some of these clips. Again, reallocating, pick and pop, and playing against the closeout from Luke Sigma. And continue with this concept. We see now options from CSKA Moscow playing against Barcelona, high pick and roll, 3 players at the baseline again, and playing, sorry, because it's missing an edge here, playing pop. And then important detail of Mike James here, attracting these 2 guys with him and liberating Johannes in the 3-point line. And we could think what's going to happen if they switch. So if they switch, like we see here, they follow rules, then similar concept that we saw previously with Luke Sigma, pass the ball, low post, and now, very important detail, after a switch, most of the times, small guys are playing hard against big guys, but big guys have a kind of relaxed situation, which is take advantage of the small ones to cut. Now another situation from Lietuvos Rytas playing against Partizan. Probably they switch because it's 4th quarter. It's at the end of the match with Trinchari. They switch, so they from the 3 spread baseline situation they open and convert it into a double side. Important details of Paco Cruz cleaning this area for leaving the space against the mismatch situation. Excellent pass. And then we review once again the situation from a Rick Pitino defense in edge plus under. Madrid playing 3 at the baseline. That's the difference from Panathinaikos, but we will see in this case how Madrid is finishing this situation, starting from 3 at the baseline, converting into a double side. In this case, playing under again, it's a 3, but we can see and we can identify easily the double side and the single side in the ball spread offense. And we will see again how Rudy, starting from here, is taking the spot situation, and Tompkins is going to the corner, playing under an edge once again, and then La Provitola make a specific detail to wait for Kalafik and attack him in the other line, exactly in the line that he came previously. Roller and then open shoot. Previously we have 3 in the baseline, now we have only 2. Corner, free corner from Trey Tompkins, the 3rd. And another similar situation, 3 spread, in this case Kasser, once again, playing, now we see the gap in the key, and then 3 players against 2. So respond, an extra pass, again for a 3 from Trey Tompkins. And good observation from Coach Lasso as well. Continue with 3 baseline situation. it's very important details in this case of Geoffrey Laverne. Some clips from Fenerbahce, as you can see the flip situation, change here, an initial flip, and then another flip. Yes, parallel to the baseline, and then the reallocation from 3 in the baseline to double side. This case, Oriola has to take responsibility here. Davis is making a good action with the hands. Also Delaney, but even under this situation, look at how is Delaney. But it's Lucas find a correct pass to the corner and responding the closeout situation. So even with this activity, they perform well. Another conversion situation, 3 spread, open up, and going into the closeout situation, the closeout defender. And I would like to remark as a final for this section the baseline runner situation from Real Madrid. Pick and roll here, ball screener, and then a screen at the baseline, different actions. First one is the one that we see here with the 5. In case that 5 is taking the ball screen at the top, then 4 has 2 options, like we can see here. Take the baseline screen or take the top screen after the ball screen option, like we see here with Anthony Randolph. And if we continue in the baseline runner option, like we see here, take in that side, they continued in this empty situation, playing against the middle, and 2-on-1 of that side, easy basket for Tavares. Well, last part of the we have 3 minutes more. This is a Spain pick and roll situation from the classic ones to the 4-5 involvement situation, clean weak side, and also play a slip wherever it is from weak side or from a strong side, like we see here. So we will start from a classic Spain pick and roll situation where there is a screen the screener, and then a couple of 2 or 3 good finisher from assist and layup. Another one, this example against when the defender is very at the bottom, is too far from the ball, is playing flat. Look at this situation that Valencia plays against Asbel when there is now a 3 against 2. 1, 2, 3 players, 2 defenders here, and then the connection with the guy that supposedly had to pick the picker. Once again, pick the picker, in this case against aggressive defense like this, finishing easily. Again, playing screen, in this case, Carroll against the big man, scoring Tavares. Now, 4 and 5 involvements. In this case, pick the picker is 4, so bad communication for an easy 3. Similar situation is coming from Barcelona, where Mirotic and Davis play 4-5 to look into a 3 or high-low situation, duck in, and then connection with the guys like we see here, and they play in continuity, helps from Fenerbahce, well, it's read and react, and a 3 from Corey Higgins. Well, obviously, I have to include some Spain situation from the national team. In this case, sometimes relax on the ball handler situation that is creating an advantage from marvelous way from Ricky Rubio. Another one, Ricky Rubio playing high and screen, taking advantage of how Juancho is cleaning this area for the layup. Another one playing 4 and 5 from the two Burritas, slip the screen. Now there is no screen here, no slip to the weak side like we see here. And going to the basket for the ball handler without cleaning in the weak side. And now we can see the the typical situation from a Spanish pick and roll without even picking. Continuing because they are denying the screen. So continuing, easy rolling from Billy. Excellent. Nice entrance from the national team playing a kind of flash situation. We put it in a slow motion now for finishing here, and look at how Pau Rivas is slipping and how slip the screen to the weak side, and Juancho is cleaning over there. Scariolo spoken recently in a marvelous way about this situation. I wanted to refresh this. Now, similar situation, split and slipping. Slip the pick and roll here, in this case, Ricky Rubio. And see how now, in this case, the slip is to the strong side. Instead of coming here, Muhammad Ali is going here, liberating the screen. So it's a different concept than the one that we saw before. This is one from Vesely. Yeah, and I would like just to finish with this nice one from a complete situation from Fenerbahce, with I'm pretty sure that resume perfectly as a summary what we have seen here, different kind of screen, pick, flare, pre-flare, pick to double side with the cut from the Tome, coming back in the back actions, re-screening, empty screen here, taking advantage of the help and obtaining a nice 3-point from the Tome in the corner. So I think that it's a pretty good ending cap situation to finish the talk that we have for today. So I only have to say thank you, gracias, and I hope you have enjoyed the presentation, the clips, and I hope that all of you at your houses at home could see perfectly the videos that I have prepared for you.
Coach, excellent presentation. I do have a couple of questions here that some of our participants have for you, if you've got a couple of minutes to answer those.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The first question was from Coach Damianopoulos. If the philosophy of the opponent team is to uncounter screens by going under, or counter screens by going under, is it useful to have backdoor situations from the diagonal corner? Yeah, correct. We have reviewed a couple of things here. Obviously, we cannot go in detail of all the things that, or all the alternatives, but for sure that one can be one. And it's important to remark the other options that we saw during the clips, because sometimes, playing under in the ball screen, can provide you some advantages in the twist, and also coming back in the early entry, as we saw from La Provitola. So another clips from Real Madrid. So pretty sure that is a good option. Excellent. This question comes from Coach Velasquez. How do you recommend attacking the next type of ball screen defense?
Yeah, excellent question. Indeed, because of timing, I didn't have enough time to I have some clips at attacking next and attacking even wall situation, because it's next and wall are pretty, let's say, starting to be very popular here in Eurocup, not so popular in Euroleague, but in Eurocup. As we saw from let's say Andorra, a couple of clips, they cut and they convert both the double side into single side. So that's one of the ideas to attack that one, and the other one could be playing back screen in the double side area and cutting not only the guy from the corner, also the guy from the wing. So, but I will take this note from this guy from Alaska, and I will prepare a couple of things for the Twitter account in the incoming 2 days. Okay. This is a question I asked one of our earlier presenters this morning, who works with Olympiacos. If you're a young coach who's watching the presentation tonight,
and you had to pick one or two coaches that you really wanted to do a deep dive and study, either EuroLeague or Euro Cup, which coaches would you recommend?
Yeah, nice question. I saw the presentation from Costas, and I have to congratulate his presentation as well. I have selected mainly Coach Ataman from Efes Pilsen because at this time he had probably 3-4 ball handlers that are marvelous playing pick and roll. Probably some of the US guys could think that I have not included a lot of clips from Rick Pitino playing in Panathinaikos, and it's because Calates, they play under most of the times against him. So there are not so many options, including this, while Pitino play more with isolation in the low post or even a stayer situation, more continuity. But I would recommend for sure Ataman, and well, having in mind that we are coming from Spain, I would recommend Aito Garcia Reneses from Alba Berlin to be very specific on details. And on top of them, I have my relevance coach, that is Coach Trincheri, that we have the honor to have him yesterday.
Excellent, excellent. And of course, we're very excited to get Coach Trincheri back next week for part 2 of that presentation. He just got rolling when when we had the little situation where the meeting got cut off. But Coach, what would be the best way for coaches to reach out to you, to connect with you, and maybe get more information about some of your breakdowns and some of the things that you do?
Yeah, well, they can connect with me in my Twitter account, which is Observation Song, or even in my personal one, I'm David Allende. Well, feel free to reach me or to send me an email in the Twitter account. I have all details. I'm really happy to share all of this information. I'm not a professional in basketball, so I'm just a coach that I take some observations from different teams, from different initiatives. I had to quit the professional part of basketball because I have to move to a private company because of my profile. But I enjoy a lot sharing information and well, discussing if that's the case. And I'm pretty sure that I have plenty of things that can be, well, useful for some of your guys.
Well, again, Coach, thank you so much I know it's late there where you're at in Spain, and I appreciate you staying up with us and putting together this excellent presentation. Coaches, please reach out to Coach Allende to connect with him. And so I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting for this session here. Look forward to connecting with each of you at an upcoming session.
Thank you, Lyson. Have a good day.
Thank you.